Hello, my name is Ellen Boner, and today we are going to discuss emergency management in Belgium. The purpose of this presentation is to discuss the roots and current process used in Belgium's emergency management. Belgium is a low-lying country in northwestern Europe. It is highly developed and has an independent constitutional monarchy with a democratic parliament. Geographic location takes a huge role in what sorts of disasters Belgium deals with. As a low-lying coastal country, Belgium is prone to flooding and storms, which make up the majority of their disasters. The push for Belgian independence began in 1830, with riots in Brussels over high unemployment rates and poor representation. However, the Dutch did not recognize Belgian independence until nearly 10 years later in 1839. The first law organizing any form of emergency management in Belgium was the Law of Civil Protection, ratified on December 21st, 1963. This law not only established basic emergency management protocol, but established the three administrative regions in Belgium: Flanders, Wallonia, and Brussels. This organization was later again formalized in 1993, where the government was separated into the federal level, run by the Minister of Home Affairs, the provincial level, run by the governors, and the municipal level, run by the mayors. The royal decrees of January 31st, 2003 and February 16th, 2006 greatly impacted Belgian emergency management. In 2003, the national government was given permission to immediately activate and coordinate a national response in the face of a potential disaster. In 2006, criteria was established to determine which level of government would be responsible for a disaster. Belgium uses a bottom-up implementation pattern. However, there are certain responsibilities divided among the layers. For instance, the civil protection services are always run at the federal level, while fire brigades are commanded at the municipal level. Each territory must manage its own area. The Directorate of Operations under the Directorate of Civil Security and the Home Affairs Crisis Center are the main governing bodies at the federal level for emergency management. The Directorate is responsible for multiple things, including civil service protection, fire services, equipment procurement, and intervention services. Intervention services are separated into 5 disciplines, including assistance, medical, psychological, sanitary operations, local police, logistical support, and information. The Home Affairs Crisis Center is separated into 3 cells: the assessment cell, the management cell, and the information cell, which manage evaluating the situation, creating policy, and informing the public, respectively. The public sector, private sector, and nonprofit sector all have a role to play in Belgian emergency management. In the public sector, we have the elements that we've already discussed, such as the Minister of Home Affairs and other officials. In the private sector, we have several companies, including Belintra, which is in charge of chemical transport, or SCK, which is the Belgian Nuclear Research Center. In the nonprofit sector, the largest player is the Belgian Red Cross, that has a hand in almost all recovery operations in Belgium. The largest obstacle to effective disaster management in Belgium is its population growth and settlement pattern. With 97.776% of the population living in urban areas along the coastline, the majority of Belgium's population is exposed to major threats such as floods and storms regularly. Even with the hinterland expected to lose 5 centimeters by 2100, it is impossible for the population to leave the coastline because it is such a major center for tourism, fishing, natural reserves, and agriculture. As previously stated, storms and flooding make up the majority of natural disasters in Belgium. The third most likely form of disaster is extreme temperature, which actually ends up creating 98% of all natural disaster-related deaths. This is because the majority of Belgium's risk governance is based upon defense against flooding, using systems such as the Flemish Sigma Plan, which uses hard and integrated water policy. Since Belgium has realized they cannot keep the people away from the water, they must keep the water away from the people, using plans such as the Integrated Coastal Safety Plan, the ZIN project, and the Project Work Play in Ostende. These plans fortify the coast up to the level of an 1,000-year storm, using active breakwaters, super dikes, and artificial reefs. Beach refurbishment has also been a major part of emergency management since the 1960s. The high risk of natural disasters in Belgium has prioritized their emergency management to focus on these issues. However, we may see a shift in Belgium emergency management post the recent Brussels attacks. The Belgian government's appreciation for the traditional and economic reliance on the waterfront has led them to form an integrated approach to water management that works from the bottom up. So far, they have managed to stay true to their system of mitigation and risk areas. However, after the attacks in Brussels, we may see a shift towards terrorism prevention rather than natural disaster mitigation. I hope you enjoyed the presentation and learned a little something about Belgian emergency management. Thank you very much.